Moving into our third-party device support, we're just going to do another device discovery. We're going to see as it scans in what we have as the Middle Atlantic and the Panamax PDUs. So let's click on the spyglass icon. So once it discovers the third-party devices, you will see you have the Middle Atlantic and the Panamax PDUs. We're going to add them to our existing profile. That we can add the devices to the high priority, we're going to edit them. We're going to go back to our dashboard and go to our profiles. And once we get into the profile for our NP36, we're going to notice that the RackLink and the Panamax PDUs, again, this is for our third-party device support, they have been added to the PDU section. Now, if we wanted to take a look at the information that we can obtain, just for instance from the RackLink PDU, you'll notice the power factor, temperature, voltage, wattage. You can basically see all the thermal information here on the left-hand side. Now, inclusive to the information on the left-hand side, if you click on the Edit Device icon, it'll also show you the manufacturer, model, device type, so you can also see all of this additional information that you would for any of the other devices that you have selected. So if we wanted to work towards setting up schedule reports, when you have the RackLink open, for instance, and it would apply the same way again for the Middle Atlantic, you can click on Schedule. Once you click on Schedule, you can either perform the action to turn off or on for your outlets, or you can do a power cycle. So if you want to turn off or on, you can either do it daily or you can do it consecutively, and again, you have different dusk and dawn times. So if you wanted to turn it on at dawn of 5:41, and if you want to turn it off at dusk, and it predicts dusk at 7:57, and again, remember, if you select your dawn and your dusk times, this is going based off of the selected time zone. So that's why you want to make sure when you're setting up your NP36 profile that the time zone is correct, otherwise it can affect the actual times that should be placed here. So if I wanted that to happen Monday through Friday, then I can just select the outlets that I wanted the schedule to apply for. Then once I do that, I can type in the name of the schedule and then select Create. So now it's showing me on Training Rack 2, if I click on it, this is my schedule on off ports. I've scheduled it for Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday. Turn on and off from dusk to dawn. And if I wanted to edit any days, I can just click on this and I can deselect the day. I can change my time. So there still are adjustments that can be made if you wish. And if I want to delete my schedule, I can just click on the trash can icon and then delete that schedule, so it's no longer there. Now, another option that you can do with these third-party integration, you can click on the group management and you can select the Add New. So when you click on group management, you're now able to select the devices that you want to add to this group. So I'm going to select the two third-party devices. I'm going to create a group name. I'm going to call it third party. And I can select what I would like to apply on this group. So you can do firmware management, configuration management, power control, or self-healing, or logging. So I want to do power control and self-healing. So we're going to create this group. I can go back to my virtualization, select group management, and now there is my third-party group. If I click on it, I can now see the RackLink and I can see the Middle Atlantic PDUs. So if I click on the power control option, because that was one of the things I wanted to add to this group, I can select the device that I want to work with. And if I want to create a port group, I can select the ports that I want to have as part of this group, and I will create a new group. I'm going to call it Middle Panamax. I'm going to click on OK. And now I'm going to click on my secondary PD, which is my rack link, and I'm going to select outlets. And I want to add them to a port group. This is the only port group I have, so I'm going to add them to this port group. So now I have a port group. If I click on the port groups, I have my Middle Panamax. And now I can see which MP36 profile it belongs to, which device on the MP36 profile it belongs to, as well as the actual outlets that I have selected. And if you wanted to go back to the devices, you can just click on the devices and you'll see the two devices in your group that you're working with. Now the other option you have with your third-party devices, because again these are PDU devices, you can select the power control, because we did select to have power control and self-healing with this third-party group. Now on the port groups, you can select this addition or this plus sign on the left-hand side of the name of your port group, and you're going into schedule create. So again, you can have your turn off or on your outlets, or you can power cycle your outlet. So at 6 a.m., and we're going to go with Monday and Friday, and we're going to name our schedule and then click on create. So we go to port groups, we select the Middle Panamax, and now we can see the schedule that we created. It's called on or off schedule. On Monday, it's going to power cycle at 6 o'clock in the morning, and Friday, it'll power cycle at 6 o'clock in the morning based on the selections we made. And if you wanted to delete the schedule, you can just click on this trash can icon and delete the schedule. So thank you for joining us today in walking through your third-party device support on the BakPak user interface.